Hey everyone, Jared here from Story Towns, and today I'm in Casterton at the Great Escape Garden Centre, and this is Craig and Helen. They are lovely, and we are making these podcasts in support with the Glenelg Shire. So if you know these guys, or if you're in Casterton, or you just want to do us a huge favour, like and share this podcast around so people know what Craig and Helen are up to, and they will really appreciate it, and so will we. Here's my chat with Craig and Helen. I am sitting in the middle of the Great Escape Garden Centre in Casterton. You've got a baby with you. Who's this baby, Craig?
This is Bam Bam. He's our 13-year-old beagle.
He's a little bit adorable, to be honest.
Yeah, he's the only reason customers come here, to be honest.
Not yourself? Not for you or Helen?
Oh, they come here for plants and other things, but no, we get a lot of people always coming in, checking in on Bam Bam, giving him little snacks and things like that. It keeps him going.
I can see he's definitely part of the family. Now, Helen, tell me, the nursery, when did you open this nursery? Did you take it over? Give me the backstory.
Yeah, okay. So 2 years ago, nearly, we decided we wanted to do something different and popped into the nursery and asked if it was for sale because we'd seen it that had been up for sale, but they'd taken the sale sign down. So we decided we'd come in and ask, and yeah, John and Jan were the previous owners, and they were happy to show us through, and we were really excited, and yeah, just made the plunge.
Wow. Who has interest in plants? Both of you, or one of you more so?
I think both of us really. It's lifetime interest for both of us, and getting to our age, kids left home except for Bam Bam, and we.
You look pretty young there, Craig. I don't know. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, deceptive. It's a silver hair,
like the silver fox.
Absolutely. But no, we wanted to do something together because being together and no kids at home to run around after, so suddenly teaching them to drive, and then all of a sudden there's nothing. So we thought, what next? And we've always wanted to do something together, and we've had a bit of a connection with Casterton, and we really love the place, and the people are lovely. And when the opportunity came up, we kind of jumped at it really. I guess the garden centre, that's one of the things that we wanted to do, is not only about plants, but somewhere that had a bit of atmosphere and that people could enjoy, and I suppose that's where that community side comes in for us as well.
It's pretty epic because in the middle you've got an oak tree, Canadian oak tree, you told me, yep. And on the left or right, depends which way you're standing, you've got a huge train carriage. Can someone explain the train? It's beautiful. Explain the train carriage, Craig.
Okay, this is nerd alert coming out here, but
okay.
Yeah, we did a bit of research when we moved here. So the fella that originally started the nursery was a fella by the name of John Rook, and I believe he's still around in the community. So we have an old photo of the train being craned in next to the oak tree, but it's a 1924 Victorian Guards van. So
whoa,
yeah. So there was a series of vans. This is number 32 in the series. I think there was 37 altogether, and they started building them in 1911, but this one was actually 1924, and it was what we can work out was only decommissioned in the 1980s and sold, and that's how it ended up here.
I'm guessing you've got train sets at home, if that's am I right, Helen? You tell me.
Absolutely.
In the basement with his trains?
Yeah, not quite that bad, but yeah. He's made sure all the kids have had a train set, so yeah.
So I'm going to back up about 8 weeks. Let's jump into a little bit of COVID. We don't drag it down, but how were you guys affected in those first few weeks?
So it was a bit of a shock, of course, because nobody was expecting that it was going to happen. And then, of course, we had to make a decision pretty quickly. And, we didn't want to delay our decision. So we sort of basically closed up the front gates just to discourage foot traffic and all that sort of stuff, and decided to work by appointment. And that's worked for us.
So it's pretty easy. So just ring you up and say, hey, I want to come in, and you guys will meet them at that time, and then you take them through. People grab what they want, pretty much like that?
Yeah, exactly like that. And also Facebook, it's been really a good thing for us too. So if we just we weren't normally putting things on Facebook about what was coming in, but just started to advertise what we had, and, straight away people would say, oh, can I have that? Can I have that? So they'd already buy things over Facebook pages.
Wow.
Yes. So, and we offered delivery So no contact at all, really. If they could pay by over the phone, that was even better.
That was a good idea. So social media's played a pretty big part, and you guys keep chugging along. You hadn't really dived into Facebook beforehand or anything?
No, we had a pretty good Facebook page. It just we weren't really advertising. We're sort of promoting our business rather than particular plants. But now, people aren't coming in and they're not seeing what's coming in because we're still getting lots of new plants all the time. Yeah.
Now you're making the next leap. You got a website coming up pretty soon. Craig, over to you. Talk me through it. You're building it?
Yeah, nerd alert again. So we're going to have an online shop and people will be able to access that through Facebook, but also through our webpage. So it's a bit of a leap for us, and it's a bit scary in some respects, but we just accept that that's the way of the world at the moment, and a lot of businesses are doing that. Local Castleton Business Development Association has been pretty helpful in getting that info out to businesses around here, around what's available to upskill, I guess, for oldies like us. But like Helen was saying, so we've noticed that customers are using Facebook more and more as well.
Yeah, it was like there was a rush. For many people, this would have taken a few more years, but then everyone had to kind of squeeze all the next 2 years into 1 month. I'm guessing that's what's happened there. Helen?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, while it's been a little quieter, it's been great for us in a way because we've been able to stock take photos of everything as we stock take, and therefore it'll just sort of get transferred over to the webpage then. So,
do you want to give me the website just in case for future reference?
It's greatescapegardencentre.com.
So autumn is the busiest time of year. What should we be planting? What should we be buying right now?
So vegetable-wise, it's all the brassicas and the.
What's a brassica?
A brassica. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, so all your broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all that sort of stuff. Winter greens, pak choys, all those sort of things that grow constantly through winter. So there's been a really big call for that. In fact, there was a little bit of panic buying in the beginning, and even we couldn't get it from our wholesalers to start with because they'd been bought out too.
Wow.
So gradually we've caught up, and everyone's got their brassicas now and their winter greens. And what are the other things?
Natives are really good at the moment. So very end of autumn and beginning of winter is when most of the natives are flowering, and they're just looking absolutely stunning. So you can still plant them, but you should be really, really preparing your soil for anything that you want to put in over winter, like your fruit trees, your bare root fruit trees. Roses, when they come in winter in bare root, it's the best time to plant them. So soil preparation.
I'm thinking, I'll go Helen.
And composting, which is one of my favourite things. So, and we've got a page in the paper now. We do once a month as well. So, this month we're talking about composting and preparing garden soil and all that sort of stuff. And worm farms, I love my worms.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, any workshops on the horizon or anything of that nature? Online Zoom workshops or something?
Oh, not at the moment, but... we had one here with Kevin Sparrow, who's a bit of an expert on the southwest region and plants. We had one last year. That was very successful, very, very informative, and people seem to love that. And we had lots of plans to actually roll out workshops regularly, so that's, like I was saying, that people side of it's not just about selling stuff, but it's also making this a place that people can come and sort of get something out of, and a bit of atmosphere around it. Also teaching the kids. Got a competition at the moment with the local paper. We're trying to get kids into growing their own seeds and stuff like that. And
I was speaking to the Narrawong Food Collective yesterday, and their seeds disappeared pretty quickly also. So I'm guessing that's exactly what's happened there.
Yeah, same happened with us. We're just getting seeds back in now from Goodman's we get ours from. But but it's been really hard to keep up with it. But
Oh, it's been pretty good for you then, in a way, COVID.
Just a little.
It has. I wouldn't call it panic buying, but people are cautious about what the future looks like and a little bit anxious, and people are talking about the economy and all kinds of things. So they've been looking into home gardening, self-sufficiency, growing their own products, which it's all good. I mean, we should all be doing that anyway. To be honest, it always tastes better. Yes. But I guess COVID-19 has really pushed people out into the garden in that respect.
So are you famous for tea and cakes? Is that what this is?
Well, we
I thought she was famous for having worms.
No. I love my tea. We stock T2 teas and we buy them wholesale. So we set up a beautiful little tea cart last year and got our permits and all that sort of stuff. And it was absolutely beautiful, and it was just gorgeous to sit out here with tea and be able to serve people nice little cakes and things. But yes, we thought, well, we won't do that again for a little while, but we will start it back up soon.
When you get the Victorian sponge, just let me know, guys.
when we get people here to actually drink the tea,
Let's start there first.
we might have a bit of a celebration when this is all over and, relaunch. Sit down and have a cup of tea with people. That might be nice.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. I think that's sold. I think that's the best idea anyone's had. So thank you, Craig. Thank you, Helen. Thank you for both talking to me today. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks, Jared.
I really appreciate you doing that. So thank you.
Anytime. Thank you. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Helen. Thanks for listening to these podcasts. Don't forget to like or subscribe to wherever you're listening to this podcast, and also share the post on Facebook, because that'll help everyone get back into the flow after COVID-19. These podcasts are made in cahoots with the Glenelg Shire. Thanks, team. Talk to you soon. Bye.